The way I like to describe group coaching is it's a crossover between a writing course and coaching. You get an intake and an exit call that is personal to you. We discuss your story. We help you brainstorm it. When we have Q&As, you're welcome to come and talk to the coaches. And what's nice about group coaching is that we have obviously a number of different coaches, and each of them lead different Q&As. So you can get different feedback and different viewpoints on writing from all the different coaches, because we all have a different process.
We also focus on feedback. So on the critique forum, you get weekly feedback on your submissions. So that's professional feedback from one of the team, Q&A feedback. But then also within the course, we look at things like your first pages, dialogue, submissions to publishers. There's all sorts of opportunities for feedback. In terms of creating a curriculum, which is over 20 weeks, you'll get a crash course in how to write a novel. There's a lot of different content, so you can consume it how you like. So there's videos, there's Q&As, there's weekly workbooks, there's webinars. So there's a mixture of different content types which allow you to understand the best way you know how.
Hi, my name's Lauren. And before joining the Now Novel group coaching program, I had written a couple manuscripts on my own, and I had actually finished a fairly detailed outline for a project I wanted to be writing, but wasn't. I had been thinking about doing their one-on-one group coaching, but didn't feel quite ready just because I hadn't been writing regularly at that time. So I think the biggest win for me with joining this program is building that habit and having it in a community setting. So the morning writing sprints have been amazing for me. I was actually able to get through a first draft of my manuscript in less than 2 months. So it's just been such a great support to have people there every day, showing up, supporting you with your ups and downs, because obviously writing can be very isolating. And when you have those bad days, it can really start to build up and be easy to want to walk away. And the coaches themselves are wonderful, always quick to offer supporting advice, encouragement, anything they can do to help everyone along their journey, regardless of where they're starting. So it's really nice to just have that spirit and camaraderie that we're all in it together, and really here to encourage everyone on the journey towards becoming authors.
It's a 20-week, every Monday you will receive, if you sign up for the program, you will receive a workbook in your by email. And the workbook includes a lesson to start with, quotes from different authors, tips, an assignment, and also links to videos and to blog posts. Now, what we've done is we've divided this course into 3 sections. So for the first 8 weeks, we guide you through the process of planning your manuscript. So we talk about outlining, we talk about character arcs, we talk about story structure, etc. It may feel like it's too long to get writing. What we do is we encourage people to get writing from day one. But in those early weeks, you'll learn everything you need to know to plan the book so that you have a good structure. Obviously, some people are slower writers, some are faster. The slower writers at least will know that by the time they finish this, even if they haven't yet finished their novel, they have got all the tools to outline, plot, etc. a novel. Then in the middle 2 months, we focus on actual writing techniques. So things like how to write dialogue, showing versus telling, pacing, writing emotion, etc. And then in the final 2 months, we look at how publishing works, how to prepare your submission, the differences between self-publishing and traditional publishing, so you can try and make a good choice for your future. We also look at how to work with an editor, how to self-edit your own work, and then finally we help you prepare your query and synopsis ready to send out to agents and editors. So that's basically how the course is structured. We have coaches who specialize in different areas of interest. So Hedy, for example, is a memoir writer, as well as a coach. Jordan comes at this from a much more literary and editorial background. Z actually worked as an acquiring editor at a publishing house previously, so she has got a great deal of editorial experience. Vash is, like me, a romance writer. As I say, I'm a loud and proud romance writer, and I also am moving into women's fiction. Noreen, who is a sci-fi and fantasy author. So she brings in that. Most of us are based in South Africa. Z is based in Mauritius. I've been with Now Novel since 2018, and I was coaching privately before that. And yeah, that's the coaches in a nutshell. One of the advantages of group coaching is if you're not yet sure if you want to go the one-on-one route, you can get to meet all of us and figure out who perhaps you resonate with. And when group coaching's finished, if you want to move to one-on-one coaching, by then you will know, you can actually ask for a coach by name. The weekly Q&As. So it starts off with a bit of a presentation, almost like a little bit of a lesson, and then there's time for Q&A afterwards where you can brainstorm if you've hit a plot point in your story that you're struggling with, or you just want to talk about the writing process. You can bring those questions to the coaches. I love the writing sprints because you know that there is somebody or a group of people waiting. And the way we work the writing sprints is we start with about 5 minutes of chat at the beginning. We set an intention of what we want to achieve today, whether it's a word count or a number of pages revised, even research if you're using that time slot for research. And then we all go off and work quietly on our own, and we come back in the last 5 minutes of the hour just to catch up and say, did we achieve our goals, etc. Now, the writing sprints currently run for about 7 hours of the day to try and maximize for the most number of time zones. It's generally at the moment midday and afternoon for people in Europe and the UK, and mornings for those in the US, quite late at night for those in Australia. Even though it runs for 7 hours, you can drop in. You could even drop in for half an hour every day. But if you show up at the same time every day, whether it's for an hour or 2 hours, you'll slowly get to know the people who also are present because they're small groups. And what's great is you get a real sense of community. And obviously, if you are a regular and you don't show up for a day or two, people start to notice. And then they might, I or somebody else might drop you an email and say, hey, we haven't seen you in a while. What's up? This is the guaranteed professional feedback that we give you throughout the course. In week 7, once we've gone through the workbooks on plotting, etc., we then ask you to submit a synopsis. Why we do this so early on is you don't have to. Obviously, like anything in this course, you can design it and use what works for you. But the idea is if you submit an outline or synopsis up front, we can help you identify any weak points in the story before you start writing and waste too much time, writing perhaps down at a tangent and you sort of go off track from the story, etc. So that's in the beginning. Then week 8, we talk about description and scene settings. So we ask you to submit a descriptive passage. Week 9 is then the opening scene or opening chapter of your story. Week 11 is a dialogue scene. That's obviously the week that we look at dialogue. Then towards the end of the course, we ask you to submit a query letter and a revised synopsis now that you've hopefully finished writing the story.
Process, you get access to the Now Novel process. It's a question and answer process that helps you outline plot, character, settings, your scenes of your story. So you'll be able to download an outline. You can chat in your private group with your course mates. And what we found is that this is really helpful because you're working with people who are going through the same struggles as you at the same time.
Hi, my name is Francesca and I have been participating in this year's group coaching with Now Novel. I have completed my first draft of my book and am currently going through my first editing process. So I have already achieved my goal in finishing my book. The main reason I wanted to join was for accountability. I loved the idea of the writing sprints and getting together with a group every day to hold up momentum with my book, and I say that these are just so helpful. Our coach Romy is incredibly understanding, very knowledgeable and very kind. I see her daily on the writing sprints, and even when I come up against a problem in my manuscript at that time, she always tries to offer helpful advice. I have found that the writing sprints and meeting up with a group of people daily to keep up momentum has been the best part of this course for me, and I can't recommend it highly enough.
Group coaching course incorporates all we've learned about 10 years of working with writers. It includes aspects of accountability, which will help you to develop great motivation and writing habits, expert mentorship, group work, and then learning about the art and craft of writing. Sign up for our next group today and finish your book.